Greetings, friends, and blessings on this Monday. Today, the church celebrates the feast of Alfred the Great, who was king of the Saxons in England in the mid to late 9th century. The psalm appointed for his feast is Psalm 21, and it speaks about how the king exalts in God's victory and gives praise to God for the triumph that the king has had. Of course, the psalm is not speaking about Alfred, because Alfred was nowhere close to being born when the psalm was written, but it is fitting to use in this particular case. But to be honest with you, today is not a day that I have been thinking about Alfred or the Psalms or anything like that. I've been actually thinking a lot about the fact that here in the East Bay, at least where I live, we have been without power all day because of the power shut off from PG&E. If you hear behind me, what you hear is my neighbor's power generator going, because the sun is almost down and things are going to start getting dark. Thankfully, and now I am thankful for the fact that about 6 months ago, we decided to put up solar panels on our roof, and therefore we have not been without power, even though without internet. So I am hoping that we can raise a prayer for those who live in the Bay Area who, due to this weather event, high winds, are restless and hopeful that there will not be any fires triggered because of this wind event, that everyone will be safe. Even though we have heard that somewhere in Fairfield there was a fire, I do not know how big it was. Please pray for that community and continue to pray for God's protection and care during this time of weird weather that continues to plague our area and other parts of the country and the world. Stay safe, everyone. Take care of yourselves. And yes, just like Alfred the Great, trust in the protection of God and do what we need to do on our part to make sure that we remain safe. And now that we have heard that COVID-19 cases are spiking around the country, please remember the protocols that have been recommended to us. Wear your face mask. If you don't need to go out, stay home. 6 feet distance at least. And at some point, we'll be able to start regaining some sense of what we call normal as we move forward. But it is very important, and it is my wish that as many of us are strong, alive, and healthy, to be able together to recover that sense of normalcy. Stay blessed, St. Paul's. Know that God's grace is always with you, and allow the Spirit of God that lives within you to bring light and life to the world.